Taking time now for your AM 960 KLTF News Week in Review. The steering committee met Monday night at the Little Falls Community High School for the seventh and final time. The estimate for the referendum the group is trying to bring before the voters of the Little Falls School District is less now than when compared to estimates in January. On January 26, when the group last met, the total cost was estimated at $38,659,637.50. Monday night's meeting, it was estimated at $35,814,962.50, a reduction of roughly $2,845,000. Most of the cost is associated with deferred maintenance at each of the 5 schools in the district: the elementaries at Lindbergh, Lincoln, Dr. S.G. Knight, and the Little Falls Community Middle and High School. An additional $13,329,000 would be needed for a Fieldhouse Community Services addition to be built onto the existing high school. The steering committee's recommendation of what is covered in the potential referendum would go to the school board for approval at their next board meeting, which comes up on Tuesday night because of President's Day Monday. The board will decide the language of the referendum question and/or questions, if it would be covered by a single question or have parts voted on separately. After that, if it gets approval, it would need to be signed off by the Department of Education. If the potential referendum receives approval from each of those two bodies, it would be presented to the voters of the Little Falls School District for a voter referendum May 19th. For information on this subject, you can contact the Little Falls School Superintendent Stephen Jones next week during the work week at 632-2002, 632-2002. 46-year-old Warren Okerman of Little Falls pleaded guilty Wednesday morning to one felony count of third-degree sale of a controlled substance. On June 2nd of 2012, Okerman discovered his girlfriend, Leslie Peterson of Little Falls, dead in her bed. Okerman admitted giving Peterson methamphetamine late June 1st. The Ramsey County Medical Examiner concluded that Peterson died of methamphetamine toxicity. The controlled substance charge was amended from a charge of third-degree murder in the death of Peterson. The plea agreement calls for Okerman to be on probation for 10 years. He's already served 405 days in the Morrison County Jail. During probation, Okerman will be ordered to undergo a chemical dependency assessment and follow all recommendations of the assessment. A violation of the condition or other probationary conditions could result in the execution of a 21-month prison sentence. A motion for convening of a grand jury was made in the criminal case against Tyler Cronquist, one of 2 Brainerd men charged in the Juniper Street shootings January 4th that killed Joseph Kroll of Brainerd and seriously injured Chelsea Crawford, also of Brainerd. Cronquist appeared in court Monday for an omnibus hearing. His public defender asked the judge to continue the hearing for 45 days, which the prosecutors agreed to. It will continue April 6th. Crow Wing County Attorney Don Ryan stated he filed a motion for a grand jury to consider charges of first-degree murder in the case. Cronquist is currently charged with second-degree murder with intent and remained jailed in Crow Wing County. 26-year-old Nathan Becker was charged with aiding and abetting Cronquist. Becker made his first court appearance in Brainerd Wednesday. That hearing will be continued April 8th. Moorhead police announced Thursday they have identified a vehicle seen on surveillance cameras near where Thomas Bearson's body was found last September. The vehicle and its owner are not associated with the homicide investigation. Police asked for the public's help in identifying the vehicle in a news conference Monday. Police say they received tips from many community members helping them to identify the vehicle as a 2005 Nissan Maxima and to identify its owner. The owner asked not to be identified. Police expressed appreciation for the public's contributions in the investigation. Bearson, who was in his freshman year at NDSU, was last seen in the early hours of September 20th at a Fargo address and was found there 3 days later at an RV business in Moorhead. No arrests have been made in the Sartell native's death. Police said Monday they have no motive or any suspects in the case. 34-year-old Robert Thomas Croteau of Anoka was sentenced to 22 months in prison, nearly 2 years, on Monday morning in Little Falls. A Morrison County jury found Croteau guilty of fleeing a peace officer in a motor vehicle January 27th. Assistant County Attorney Todd Kosovich asked Judge Freeberg to sentence Croteau to the top of the sentencing guideline range due to Croteau's multiple felony convictions, including a prior fleeing in a motor vehicle charge. Judge Freeberg pronounced the maximum 22-month sentence this week in Little Falls. Coburn's has donated $1 million for the construction of the new St. Cloud Area YMCA Community and Aquatic Center at Whitney Park. The St. Cloud Area YMCA announced the donation a week ago yesterday. More than $23.5 million has been raised for the 100,000 square foot facility. The YMCA and City of St. Cloud are partnering on the project. St. Cloud and area cities have contributed $14 million in sales tax dollars. The goal is to raise about $27 million. The Coburn's donation, the fifth private gift that the project has received that is more than $1 million. Construction is supposed to start this fall, and officials hope to have it done by the end of 2016. The Pierce School Board appointed Robert Litke of Harding to fill the unexpired term of Mike Wilson, who was elected District 4 Morrison County Commissioner in November. Litke joins Colleen Seelan, Patty Stengel, Steve Bozer, Dean Vernig, and Joanne Brashofsky on the six-member Pierce Public School Board. His term will expire in January 2017. Litke was one of three candidates to submit a letter of interest and to be interviewed for the post. The other two were district residents Mark Hoheisel and Eric Hannikin. A broken rail is to blame for the train derailment back on December 1st northwest of Wadena. Burlington Northern Santa Fe wrapped up their investigation and stated they may or may not issue violations or fines in the case. No one was injured when the train derailed carrying sugar and sugar products in Otter Tail County in December. The Little Falls Fire Department responded to a pair of incidents over the past week. Around 8:45 last Saturday night, a week ago, 21 Little Falls firefighters responded to a garage fire at the address of 2269 Highway 27 East in Little Falls Township. The garage sustained minor damage. There was also a car fire back on Wednesday, a week ago Wednesday. No injuries in either incident. One vehicle ran off the road in Morrison County this past Wednesday morning. A couple days ago, around 7:35 in the morning, 55-year-old Lisa Lucia of Stacy was on Highway 10 north of Little Falls when her vehicle went off the road into some trees in the right side ditch. Stacy suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Icy roadways were considered a contributing factor in the crash. Morrison County Sheriff's deputies have responded to a number of mailboxes smashed or damaged in the past week. 6 residences in Royalton, 2 in Little Falls, and 1 in Swanville reported in the past week that their mailboxes were struck by a truck, shot at, or found them laying on the side of the road or ditch the next morning. Anyone with information or who notices suspicious activities around mailboxes, please contact the Morrison County Sheriff's Office, 632-9233, 632-9233. The Morrison County Sheriff's Office recently sent out a news release in January regarding a Level 3 sex offender, Matthew Berry, who is going to be moving to a residence in Agram Township near Pierce. A community notification meeting was held January 28th in Little Falls regarding Matthew Berry. Morrison County Sheriff Sean Larson wants to advise the citizens that Berry will not be moving to the residence in Agram Township or anywhere in Morrison County. A reminder with President's Day coming up this Monday that the city offices will be closed, so the Little Falls City Council will hold their next regular meeting Tuesday night, 7:30 at City Hall. And as previously mentioned, the Little Falls School Board, they also meet Tuesday evening. That's at the Morrison County Government Center. And Ladies' Night Out Piers style now less than a week away with the Mardi Gras theme coming up this next Thursday, February 19th. Details at fallsradio.com on the FM 94 page. That completes this week's Local News Week in Review. Thanks for listening.